keep going, keep going. I gotta 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 keep going, keep going. I don't half step 'cause I know the full truth. The devil cooking, he don't know that I could cook.
Thank y'all for tuning in to the Zeke Z podcast. Do me a favor, like and share this video. How y'all doing today? It's your boy Zeke Zeke up in the building once again, coming back with another video. Yeah, man, I want to really talk about something today. This is going to be a good topic. This is really going to be good, and hopefully, man, this will be helpful for those that's, in this situation of looking for somebody, or you trying to find that right one, and it just seemed like, man, it is so hard. It really is. I mean, it just seemed like it's really hard to find someone, you know what I'm saying, in this day and age. I don't know why, but it just seemed like it's difficult. And then not only that, that's gonna be the next, I'm gonna say that for the next episode. I'm gonna say this one. And it seemed like it's so hard to keep the person that you're talking to. It seemed like it's so hard to keep a relationship. I don't know. It seemed like it's hard to find one, and it's hard to keep a relationship. That's going to be the next episode. Why is it so hard to keep a relationship? That's another one. But it just seemed like it's so hard in these days, in this day and age, in this modern days, in this modern day that we're living in, with the social media. And my biggest topic I want to really talk to y'all about today. Thank y'all once again for tuning in to this video, to the podcast video. Like and share. Hopefully this will be helpful. And and I want to just elaborate on my topic of what I really want to talk about, and what I really want to talk about today. And before I get to my my episode, before I get to my topic of what I want to talk about, I gotta take me a sip of coffee. I gotta take another sip. I gotta have my coffee. Yeah, I gotta have my coffee, man. And what I want to talk about today is, why is it difficult to find a date? Why is it so difficult? Why is it so hard to find a date? And I've been watching other podcast videos, and been watching different ones to have this discussion. Why is it so difficult to find a date, and especially in this modern day we're living in? And it just seemed like people are so, you look around in the community, in the society, you see people together, you see a man, you see dude with his girl or his wife or his, and they just holding hands, and they got their family, and it's and that's really encouraging. That's really motivation, because you don't see that often, but it just seemed like when it comes to you like, man, why can I find somebody like that? Why is it so hard for me to find somebody like that? You know what I'm saying? Like, and hopefully, man, I get some tips, and hopefully this video will be helpful. And it just seemed like it's difficult finding a date. Why is it so difficult? And I heard a person was talking about this the other day, like, why is it so hard to find somebody? Why is the dating world it's like the dating world is getting outdated. Nobody wants to date no more. And it's many reasons. It could be many, different situations, and many reasons why it's difficult. And it just seemed like in this day and age, this modern age that we living in, it just seemed like it's difficult to find a date, And then, a lot of people, and sometimes a lot of people got high standards. They standards are so high. And then a lot of times if you can't match their energy or their standards, then you know, they ain't rocking with you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Some people got high standards, and that could be one of the reasons why it's so difficult to find a date, because, you know, especially with women, you know, some women got some high standards and they require a lot, and they have so many requirements, and, you know, when you can't reach that you know, and a lot of times when you don't fit that if you can't reach their requirements and they standards, then they good on you, you know, they good. And that could be one of the reasons why it could be difficult. Some people have high standards, man, and they expect too much. And that's why people like that, they stay single for a long time, because, like I said, ain't nobody perfect. You know, we don't have it all together. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, but I can't keep up with the Joneses. You see what I mean? You know, hey, I'm not there yet. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, I'm just not there yet. And maybe I'm not the one for you, you know what I'm saying? And basically, you know, people have so high you know, especially women, you know, some women, you know, have some high standards. And hopefully, man, this video will be helpful, and I can, you know, it'll be helpful. Why is it difficult to find a date? You know, why is it difficult? Many reasons, you know, like I said, it could be many reasons. It could be challenging, you know what I'm saying? So that's the topic I want to talk about today. Why is it difficult to find a date? If you looking for somebody and it just seemed like you just getting frustrated and you just giving up, you done gave up on relationships. I mean, you done gave up on trying to find somebody. I'm gonna say that for the next episode of my video. But it just seemed like you tried and you can't find nobody, and it's challenging. It could be very challenging, you know, and hopefully, like I said, I'm gonna get some tips on why it could be difficult. So hopefully this video can be helpful. It could be very, very difficult finding a date, especially in this modern day we living in. And you know, hopefully this video can be helpful in encouraging, you know, to you. Don't give up, man. Don't give up of finding. You going to find that right one. You know, don't give up on it. And hopefully I could be helpful and give you some tips on why it's so difficult. Like I said, it could be many reasons. It could be many reasons why it's so difficult. And it just seems like that. It just seems like it's so difficult. It says finding a date can be challenging for various reasons, including mismatch expectations, difficulty meeting people with similar relationship goals, navigating of modern dating, including online platforms. People may also face issues with confidence, social anxiety, or unrealistic expectations about dating. Here is a detail. Here is more a detail of some common reasons. Mismatch expectations, relationship goals. Okay, so number one, it says, like I said, it could be many reasons why it's hard and difficult. Expectations. People have difficult meeting people with similar relationship goals. They don't have the same goals, and then they don't have the same minds. They don't have the same mindset like you do. You know, you may have high expectations, and you may require a lot from the person, and they just can't meet them expectations. They can't meet them high expectations. That can be one reason. And then y'all don't have the same mindset, and then you know, everything plays. Your background, where you come from, you know, it shouldn't matter where you come from, but it does play a part in what, you know what I'm saying, because a lot of people don't come from the same background. That could be a reason why, you know, you may was brought up in a marriage, your parents, you may was brought up in a structure home, and the dad, you know, your father was in the household. Well, this person may not never had a father. You know what I'm saying? They may not have that structure. You know, they was raised by a single mother. You know, I was raised by a single mother. You know, my dad wasn't, you know, my parents was never married. You know what I'm saying? So people come from different backgrounds. Your parents may was married. You know, you may have come from a good structure, a good home where the family, where the father was in the home and he raised y'all, you know, that family structure. You know, some people ain't have that, you know, that family structure. So it could be many reasons that plays a part in it too. That's my opinion. That's what I think that really plays a part in it. It's basically where you come from and how you was brought up. Your upbringing has a lot of who you are today. It can affect who you are today, your upbringing, if you let it, you know. Because I know some people that became millionaires and they came from a single parenting home, dysfunctional home. They came from a bad background, but they didn't allow that to affect their future or where they, you know what I'm saying? And some are millionaires to this day. So, you know, it has a lot to do with your upbringing, but at the same time, you still can be whoever you want to be. You know, you have a mindset, you have your own mindset to make choices, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, your upbringing plays a part, but it don't have to, you know, you don't have to let your upbringing affect your future. And that could be one of the reasons. Expectations, you know, people have high expectations, and then and you know, people may also face issues with confidence, social anxiety, unrealistic expectations about dating. You know, people have bad expectations. You know, they have low confidence of dating. People feel, and then some people just don't. They just afraid to really get themselves to a person because of past experience. You know, it could be many reasons why it's so hard dating, and some people just don't want, and it just seems like some people just don't want relationships no more. They just don't want to date no more, to get to know the person. That's the purpose of dating. You know, you getting to know this person, what this person about, what they like and what they don't like, what are their goals, what are their expectations, are you looking forward? You know, you may have high expectations and looking forward to building a future with this person, you know, and some people, and that person may not have that, can't reach them standards, you know, they don't have that high expectations. And, you know, maybe that's not the one, you know, and it could be difficult. Like I said, it could be many reasons why it's so difficult to really find a date in this modern age, especially in the day and times that we're living in. And it seems like it could be so difficult. It's challenging. It's hard, you know. And hopefully, man, like I said, this could be some tips, and it could be, this video can be helpful and encouraging. You know, don't give up on dating. You know what I'm saying? I know it can be challenging sometimes, but you will eventually find that person. Mismatch expectations and relationship goals. Number one, different relationship goals. People have varying expectation for relationships, with some seeking casual dating while others are looking for something serious. You know, others are looking for something casual, like they just want a friendship. They're not looking for something serious. They just want somebody to talk to. I done came across a few, you know, women like that. They just want to be friends. They're not looking for something serious. You know, they just want a friendship. And, you know, it could be, like I said, it could be many reasons people have, that's casual dating. You know, they just want something casual. They just want a friendship, somebody to talk to, somebody to associate with, not nothing serious. It's a lot of, and man, it's a lot of women that I done came across on the, on social media. And that can play a bit, and I think that social media is another thing too. But a lot of most of the women that I came across, they just want something casual, casual dating. They not looking for nothing serious. You know what I'm saying? Mismatch expectations and relationship goals. Number one, you know what I'm saying? People have varying expectations for relationships. With some seeking casual dating, while others are looking for something serious, and I'd be like, man, I'm trying to look for a long-term relationship. I ain't trying to look for something casual, a friend. You know what I'm saying? That ain't what But a lot of the women that I was coming across, they was just looking for something casual. Casual relationship. They just wanted to be friends. I said, okay, which is ain't nothing wrong with that. That could be another reason why it could be challenging, and I believe that's one of the biggest reasons why it could be a challenge. Challenging finding a date. Unrealistic expectations, and then some people. Some dating advice sites suggest that putting too much pressure on a first date or expecting to find the one immediately can lead to disappointment and make it harder to enjoy the process. That's true. You never want to put so much pressure. You could put so much pressure on a person. You got to give them time, to see. You got to take your time to see if this is the one for you or not. You know what I'm saying? Because it can lead to a disappointment. And that happens to a lot of people. They be disappointed. You know what I'm saying? They go on a date, with the individual. And they come back and they be like, you ask them, how was it? And they be like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't feeling it. I wasn't feeling her. Or she may say she wasn't feeling him. Or, you know what I'm saying? It's many reasons. It can lead to disappointments. And then the energy got to match as well. You know what I'm saying? If that energy don't match, if that vibe is not there, it's not going to work. That means that's not the one for you. Unrealistic expectations, it make it harder to enjoy the process of finding a date. Dating, and then dating app. Okay, online dating can be time consuming. And that's the thing. The social media, I think, to be honest, people is a dating. All these dating sites. It's time consuming. You know what I'm saying? Because you steady on the internet trying to find somebody, and you consuming all this time. Dating apps. Okay, online dating can be time consuming, frustrating with some users. Experiencing burnouts from endless swiping and leading to lack of genuine connection. It can lead to lack of genuine connection. It can, that online Facebook dating is very a waste of time, because I done did that before, and it was just it was a waste of time. It's time consuming. That too, you know what I'm saying? And then misrepresentation. That's a big word. Some people misrepresent themselves on dating profiles, which can make it difficult to find someone who is truly compatible. Misrepresenting, you know what I'm saying? That could be another reason it could be difficult to finding someone on dating, difficult. Number two, difficult meeting people. Limit social circles. Some people dating advice sites quote that individuals may find it hard to meet new people due to the lack of opportunities or smaller social circle. Lack of opportunities, that could be one reason. And then, social anxiety and confidence. Social anxiety, lack of confidence, or difficult approaching others can make it harder to intimate conversations and building connections. Social anxiety and confidence. Okay, lack of interest. Some people may not be interested in dating, or may not find someone who represents their interests. Appearance plays a big part too. You may not be their type. You may not be. Appearance speaks of the appearance stands out, because people, especially women, they look at how you carry yourself and what you know what I'm saying, how you present yourself. Misrepresenting can be, that could be one reason. That could be a big reason why it could be difficult finding someone. Like I said, it's many reasons. Modern dating challenges. Dating advice sites can suggest that modern dating landscape can involve more risk of uncertainty, and I'm gonna stop right there. So you know what I'm saying, lack of effort. It could be many reasons. That's number 3, modern dating challenges. Number 3. I ain't gonna make this video too long, but it like I said, it could be many reasons. I'm just looking at different definitions. Appearance stands out. Expectations. People have different high expectations. They, some people expect a lot, and they expect too much, and that could be challenging to finding a date. And then too, some people just don't want to date no more. They just want casual dating. It's a difference of, people looking for something casual, or they looking for something serious. And when you looking for something serious, especially if you have these, if you're trying to find someone to build a future with, it could be very challenging. Because you'll run across people that just don't want a dating. They don't want nothing serious. They're not looking for a serious relationship. They're not looking for something serious, and that's very difficult. And these modern, especially these modern women, like I said, I done came across a lot of them that just want something casual. They ain't looking for nothing serious. They just want friendship, and you be like, dang, and then you try to reach out. It's time dating, and the internet dating it could be very time consuming. You know what I'm saying? Well, it was a time you going out at a restaurant, or you somewhere, and you meet this person, and you find this woman, she's very attractive. Hey, can I, you know what I'm saying? A lot of times that could be because then, they be like, no, I'm good. No, I'm straight. Or they got somebody. Half of them be lying anyway. They just not interested in you. You know what I'm saying? It could be challenging, but man, I just want to encourage you, man. Don't give up on dating. Because that's how you're gonna find that person. Don't give up, man. And then don't let the internet lead you. You know what I'm saying? Don't let the internet lead you astray. Because like I said, the internet dating is very time consuming, and it makes it even harder to really find somebody. And like I said, some people got high standards, and when you got high standards, especially, you know what I'm saying, you're going to run across people that don't have them, that can't match them standards. That person got to be able to match them standards, and a lot of people cannot match them standards. It could be many reasons. People have bad past experience of dating. They done gave themselves to people and they've been hurt. That's one reason why people don't want to date no more. That plays a main big part. That makes it really difficult, because people don't want nothing serious. They just want to be friends. They want something casual. They rather stick with friends and being, just having fun. This the modern generation we live in. They just want to have fun. You know what I'm saying? They want to talk to this guy and have multiple dudes and multiple females, and we just friends. And no, that ain't. You know what I'm saying? That you know what I'm saying? And then too, some people just ain't built for something serious. Some people ain't built for a serious relationship. Some people just not built for it. And that ain't what they want. That ain't what they desire. It's based on the individual. It could, like I said, it could be many reasons. But I hope this video was really helpful. And I hope you got a understanding. And then I'm gonna kind of help give a little tips on you know what I'm saying, why I tell you don't give up on it. Number one, you know, when you're going eventually, you know what I'm saying, hey, you're gonna be disappointed, but don't let that stop you, because you may not be their type, you know what I'm saying, you may not be what they want, you know what I'm saying, and it's okay. It's okay. You know what I'm saying? Don't give up on it. You know, eventually you're going to find that person that's going to match your energy, and that's going to match you, you know, and that's going to understand you. An understanding is important too. Once y'all have an understanding of each other, and y'all can relate, and y'all connect, and that vibe is there, boom, that may be the one that you can build a future with. She may be the one, or he may be the one for you. You know, so don't give up on dating, man. I will encourage you to keep trying. Don't give up on it. And if you feel like, hey, it's not for me, I done tried it, I can't find nobody, I done tried and I just can't do it no more, that's your decision. You know, if you give up on it, that's your decision. You know what I'm saying? But I will encourage you not to give up on it, because there is someone out there that's for you. You know what I'm saying? And I think that was the problem that I had. I was afraid of rejection. You know, I was afraid of being disappointed, and it happened. You know, many times. Like I said, I was in a long-term relationship before. I was married before at one point, but I'm not gonna go into all that. But I just wanted to encourage and just, you know what I'm saying, give my thoughts and share what I think on, you know, why is it so hard? And it is hard. It's very hard, especially in this modern day and age, and people just want to be friends and want to have fun and want to do this and do that, mess with each other, and it's crazy though. You know what I'm saying? It make it hard for the ones that's really, for the good ones that's really looking for a good woman or a good man. You know what I'm saying? It makes it hard for the ones that are not like that. You know, that's one reason why it could be difficult to finding a date in this day and age. But hopefully, man, this video was helpful. I just read a little bit on, you know, why it's so many reasons why it's difficult to find a date. And tune in to the next episode. I'll see y'all on the next video. Don't give up, man. You will find somebody eventually. Keep on trying. And hopefully this video was helpful, man. And I will see y'all on the next video. Thank y'all for tuning in to the Zeke Z podcast. And I will see y'all on the next episode. Peace.